say boom up in this bitch. No pole, no rock, no gravity. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Let me go back to the end and see what I got back up first. Boom. And I'm playing straight. Oh, I was asking about South America, then that bitch kept trying to act crazy, so I started talking about archaeology, and he had to tell me what's up. I just be playing with his ass. Chan Chan. So he did a lot right there with that Chan Chan shit. Yep, they did. That was the largest, I think that was one of, that's why Peru so important, because we would chill right there. We chill right there. I like chilling in Peru. Because it's one of the largest mounds you're going to find. It's one of the largest mounds you're going to find. You feel me? Feel me? Ancient family tombs. You feel me? And that shit's of Jerusalem. I'm just studying that 33rd parallel, knowing what the fuck we built and what we did. We're just going back over this way somewhere. Let me see. 33rd parallel, North Silver. Oh, I got this bitch turning around the wrong way. Go that way. Go that way. With several. Where it says serves as the approximate midpoint and dead. I hate when I can't see the screenshot. And dead center between the equator and the Arctic Circle. Between the equator and Arctic Circle, 66.6. Fools ain't talking about shit, but making shit up, man. The calculation don't even sound right. Too precise. You are exactly right because so much was destroyed. The true timeline of how long people live have been in the Americas is a moving target that keeps getting pushed back, further back, further back. It keeps getting pushed further back. Every time archaeologists dig deeper, they find older evidence that challenges previous theories, while mainstream science currently estimates human presence goes back at least 15,000 to 20,000 years. Newer discoveries like fossilized footprints and ancient hearts suggest people had been thriving in the Americas for 30,000 years or even longer. Without those original written catalogs, we are left piecing together. Yo, the written catalogs y'all motherfuckers stole. Now the catalog is being, now the shit for the West is being cataloged by some motherfucking West. You see this shit? And the more we dig, the more older we gonna become, bro. They've been digging all over the world for years. They dug in Africa for years. But the more they goddamn dig in Americas, the further the timeline go back. So they let you know you God's chosen people who've been fucked over. Bro, I'm finna show y'all this pole, nigga. Acoustic, look at this. I asked this motherfucker about acoustic levitation. Frequency sound where it's suspended by midair against the force of gravity. It relies on physics and standing waves to create points of stability. See, this that graphite. That's that graphite. And I asked that bitch to explain acoustic. I asked him to explain acoustic levitation. He tried to say something about gravity. Then he'd come back and give it to me right because I said I don't play with gravity. Then say I'm born to the relationship between weight and the medium occupies what. But anyway, then he had to come back and explain it without gravity. Juno, that's a woman intuition. Lord, Lord means a body of tradition. That's your last knowing, y'all. Tradition, knowledge, Stories and beliefs passed down by a specific group of people, typically through word of mouth. It forms the background of and mythology of a cultural community or fictional world. Yeah, they ain't talking about shit. Nah, that shit folklore. I'm gonna show y'all some shit. What is it? Degree 7. I just studied the 33rd paragraph. Now this dude here, Petrus Plancius, named it Polarius. It is directly related to pole. And I told y'all the other day, that's where your pole at in the word Polarius. You don't find no pole nowhere. Your pole is in Polarius. Not on this earth, no goddamn way. I ain't never found it. And why was it ever important anyway? Why was it ever important anyway? Some niggas, some shit, the stars pivoting off some shit. Off some, man, I don't believe that magnet, I don't believe none of this shit they talking about, nothing. It derives from the Latin word stella polarius, meaning pole star. See, this is how they take the star and line it up over a pole that don't exist because it sits directly above Earth's north pole, which is in the center. This what they said. So they can't hide the spot where they said the North Pole, where they created that North Pole at. Then they even made a land called Greenland turn into a sheet of ice. I remember my lifetime, Greenland turned into a sheet of ice to fit the narrative of a pole in real life. Come on, y'all. Yeah, to fit the narrative of a pole. Greenland become a sheet of ice, over 80, 90% ice, to fit the narrative that they had ice around an area called a goddamn North Pole. Then they come out with a true North, a North Pole, magnetic North, magnetic. I don't believe in none of that magnet shit. Ain't no pole. I'm finna show you ain't no goddamn pole. And I told y'all I want no pole. And I had to come back and prove to myself because I said it on live. So let me go make sure I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Create 12 new southern constellations, including Crux, the Southern Cross, Apis, the bird of what? Apis, the bird of paradise, and Indus. Boy, you lying like a motherfucker. We already got this shit for you. Ain't coming 1,500, boy. Then just make up. Now look what you should say. No, Petrus Plancius didn't just make up the pole out of nowhere. People always knew a true rotational pivot existed because of how the stars spin around a central point. So what they got to do with a pole? Huh? Yeah, the stars spin and certain stars, they create the same constellation at certain times of year, certain stars. You know what I'm saying? Suddenly, like the Orion's belt and Polaris are still stars that don't move. How y'all try to centralize y'allself and make y'allself the focal point and be right directly up on under a star that don't move and call it north? I told you don't agree the motherfucker call it north. They made this pole up and start creating a north pole that you'll never get to. But they said the Eskimos helped William Perry and other motherfucker make it to the North Pole. Did they change it? Now the Eskimo don't want to be changed, called Eskimo no more, but you accomplished a great feat in life. You running from the truth that y'all bitches lied there, bitch ass motherfucker. Hmm? However, because no explorer actually been there yet, 16th century cartographer like Planicus and Mercator, Guardius Mercator had to guess. They had to guess what the geographic looked like, leading them to fill their maps with theoretical idea like a massive magnetic black rock, Rupus Niagara, surrounded by 4 Russian rivers. So when they say these Russian rivers, It take me to this motherfucking talk back, talk back. A gravity fed irrigation system. Gravity supposed to be pulling water to the center. It's the same mindset. See, this the same mindset that they talking about the ancient. Ain't nobody no fucking ancient time knowing about no gravity for no gravity be pulling water and shit. Ain't no motherfucker pulling gravity ain't pulling no water. It's built into the highlands and water flows down. So they done created water hills and water balls where boats float sideways and water go up water hills. Cause this globe gotta be part water hill. Ain't no such thing no water hill, man. But it just shows you, yes, Earth gravity holds the atmosphere in place, pulling the air molecules down to the surface. This creates air pressure and it moves in the movement of the compressed air driven by heat from the sun. I don't know what the fuck I was on right there. Sits into the cold argument crater believe a magnetic mountain, Rufus Niagara, set set at the North Pole, which is in the center. It was where they created this North Pole there, drawing the world's oceans into a massive whirlpool that confused magnetism with gravity. So the magnetism that pointed the compass to the center. So now you telling me the gravity is what points the compass to the center? You see how you gotta stick their ass in and let them know they don't know shit? They said the compass point to the center because of the magnetic rod. That would cause the compass to point north. And militaries use these for years. What they on? In reality, Earth gravity pulls everything equally towards the planet center of mass, thousands of miles beneath the crust. Huh? So that's why the compass point that way now, huh? Man, they talking about nothing. They make this shit up as they go. You got it early northern culture called it. Look, you got it. Early northern cultures call it the North Star or Pole Star, based on its position in the sky. Petro's Plancius simply took that concept, translated it into former Latin name Polaris, and fixed it onto his globe to represent the celestial point directly above the Earth's north point, which was in the center of the so-called Earth, because they took that star to be their own and put it right directly above their head. Ain't no fucking pole, man. The Mercator map says there was mythical medieval geographical theory. Mercator believed a massive magnetic rock at the North Pole naturally sucked the world's ocean directly into the center of the Earth. This is the deliberate man-made engineering technique. Ancient builders used natural slopes. Okay, they use natural slopes and dug channels to redirect river waters. And okay, so what the hell gravity got to do if you can redirect the water and all that shit? What the fuck? How gravity pulling on the water and pulling the water down for these motherfucking gravity-fed irrigation system in ancient times and way back in BC? You hell about some fucking gravity. See how they got that intertwined bullshit and fuck knowledge up? Now they didn't intertwine knowledge with the irrigation system that the motherfucking melanated mound builders was building on the 33rd parallel as they followed that star, the star on the first 30, the star that don't move. They ain't follow the star. They navigated off that star as being a point and a sense of direction. So they navigated to this star on the 33rd parallel and they built mounds all over the motherfucking world. And everywhere they went, they created a crater of civilization for other humans, if we can call them humans, upon this earth. These people created a crater of civilization because they civilized them and showed them irrigation and showed them agriculture. You can't become civilized so you can feed yourself. And we taught these people, we civilized these peoples in a real way, and they done fucked up with it. They done fucked up. They done fucked up. because we on their ass. We end up on their ass. The Mercator and his contemporaries believe a massive magnetic rock, the Rupert Never at the pole, was creating the physical abyss. They visualized it as a cosmic drain pipe, a cosmic drain pipe on the earth, a cosmic drain pipe on the earth. But the fundamental idea was still water being violently drawn towards the central point of the globe. Of the globe? She ain't creating the globe shit. Of the globe? The fuck out of here. Watch this. European cartographers started putting stellar polaris on the sky maps during the Renaissance. Famously labeled it as both stellar polaris, stellar Mars, and celestial diagrams in the 1524 book Cosmic Graphics. What it is, Liber, by the 1500s. Mapmakers like Petros Plancius and Gerardus Mercator popularized the exact single name Polaris on their maps and in polar projections. So ain't no motherfucking pole to go find. Man, nigga, they went past this motherfucking point on this earth 1,000 times, right? You walking right past the point that they hide from. You walking right past this motherfucker. Cause ain't no pole to go goddamn find. Ain't no magnetic rock, ain't no pole, ain't none of this shit. In the famous 52, this nigga the nigga here that goddamn created this so-called pole in his mind and put it up on the earth and started putting it on maps. In the north, and the people from the north, the ones goddamn started calling that North Star, they claim that star for themselves. It ain't they star, and it ain't no pole, and your pole is in the word Polaris because it means pole. There's still, it ain't no pole on this earth. And they said it, nigga, let's go back. They said because people always knew it was a sin. Where that shit at? Where that shit at? Where that shit at? No. I said he just made this shit up. No. Petros Plancius didn't just make this shit up. The North Pole, he didn't just make this shit up out of nowhere. People always knew a true rotational pivot existed because of how the stars spin around a central point in the sky. In the sky. In the sky. So why it gotta be a pole on the ground or something that's magnetic or some kind of shit? Because the way the stars move or the way the stars rotate on how they move. I started to say it's axis like a damn fool. And make sure you know that you the z-axis when people tell you that the earth ain't flat like a pancake. There will be 2D, but the 3D come in with depth. You can dig into the ground and add 3D. When you born out your mother's womb, you already have a little height on you. You are the z-axis. You is what make the plane three-dimensional. The z-axis, you. Height and depth is what make it three-dimensional. Mountains is what make it three-dimensional. Ditches is what will make it three-dimensional. But on the surface level, at sea level, this is a plane. Above the fruity plain. Yeah, airplane. Flies over the fruity plain now. Flies over the waters. Hover over the waters. See what I'm talking about? Man, the earth flat, man. I'll be glad when I get my nigga up off that planet shit. But this the man right here y'all can credit to giving y'all that goddamn pole that don't exist nowhere in the world. In the north, in the north, them motherfuckers, them northerners tried to claim, their star to be their own. And that's how it became the North Star. They're supposed to be lined up with a pole on this ground that don't exist. But that star exists. And the peoples in America, the melanated people in America, navigated on the 33rd. This is where they gonna get their Masonic 33 and all this on the 33rd parallel, and circumnavigated the waters Ain't no Indian Ocean running around the backside of no ball running to no Pacific. They can't show you the backside of this ball. Ain't no water ball tilted or none of that shit. And everywhere they went and built structures and took agriculture, irrigation systems, and showed these people architecture and built for these people. Already they got it stamped that melanated people are the ones that built all the structures on the 33rd parallel because this how they travel. And this how they travel is in a circle navigation. You can circumnavigate on top of flat waters. Circumnavigate don't mean globe. This is how they circumnavigated and stopped and visited Mesopotamia, which became a crater of civilization. They made craters of civilization everywhere they went to stop. And that what happened. And they left out. That's why all the animals are holy worship that in all these little so-called religions, they using animals from the Americas. The fruit they was getting was from the Americas. They call apples, oranges, peaches, plums. They call everything they got apple. They would call them oranges apples in real life. So this is where your pole at right here. Your pole is in Polarius. It ain't on the ground. They ain't found no magnetic rock. They ain't found no pole because, nigga, you chasing a ghost. You chasing a god of war because that's who these people is. These people lie to the world, man. And on down the line, I guess you'll wake up and realize that these people lie to the world. That I'll go back on some more screenshots. I'm finna get out this. I just had to get this shit out of my chest, man, and introduce y'all to the motherfucker who pulled y'all out. And now, but not sticking them to this lie. Now the world all on Mars, sending Tesla cars to Mars and cultivating lands on Mars. The word Mars itself means to goddamn take away from the perfection of. They fighting against the perfect one, the sun. These devils know what they doing. They going against nature. Like y'all don't see, ain't nothing natural about no globe. Water is spelled Level. If anybody asks you how to spell water, you tell them it's Level. You know what I'm talking about? Mother Nation 3GD for life, man. I ain't no scholar, and I don't do this for dollars. I do this for a nation, melanation, 3GD for motherfucking life. And I said the truth don't need no help, man. I'm out this bitch. I said, boom.